Top of the source, you know the vibes, man. We are rocking and rolling. Showtime shot sizzle. This is the source. You know the vibe, man. I got a nice little topic I want to discuss this morning. Give y'all some Monday, Saturday sauce. When I said Monday, yes, Monday we are off. It's a holiday. All right. Top of the sauce, man. Since it is October, right? So we're going in a whole new direction with the podcast. A whole new direction. And I want to discuss Halloween costumes this morning. I'm going to you see what my title says: European Knight versus African Warrior, African King Warrior costumes, right? Now, I'm going to pull this up, right? I'm going to pull this up real quick. I'm going to share the screen because it's Halloween time, so Halloween time. All right, we got the screen shared. We got the screen shared. Let's go. Let's get to it. Let's get to it, right? Let's have a little fun, man, this morning, man. It's only right, man. It's Halloween, you heard? It's the month of Halloween. So why not have a little fun, right? Why not have a little fun, right? Watch how I tie this sauce in. And for those of y'all that are woken, educated, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. All right, these are images. Let's get to all the images, man. Let's get to the images, man, because it's like sometimes we have to elaborate and educate our people. But these are images of African warrior king images. Look at that one right there. Nice. Another African king. Royal African king images, right? Halloween is coming around. Look, oh man. Warrior African king. Another warrior African king warriors, right? African king, look, a cry to war. See the images? Y'all actually catching this, man? See the images of the African warrior kings. Warrior. Oh, they even got, shout out to MLK. Look, they got MLK with the pharaoh attire. Man, look at all these images. Halloween, man. Look at these images, man. Man, beautiful. This is beautiful. Shout out to the Russell brothers. I seen the Russell brothers. They, very deeply rooted in the African King Shaka. You see the joints? This is what a African king, a warrior king looks like. Man, that's hard right here. Look at this. King Lion Heart. Got the lion head. Okay. African kings, though, man. Marcus Garvey. Y'all catching these images, though, man, right? I'm catching these images, right? Now, This was African. Let's go over and check out European. We have to do it all. European. Let's see what the European. Oh man, the Knights. Look at this. Man. Okay, this is what the European kings and costumes look like. Okay. Look at this one. Crown, armor, bodysuit. Oh, this is European. That looks like my man right here. Armor, helmet, crown, whatever you want to call it, bodysuits. Another one. Armor, European, man. This doesn't look like Africa. You see the difference? Are you catching the sauce? Do you see the difference? Are you catching this sauce? Look, once again. Armor, helmet. This is European. That's a samurai right here. I don't know why he's in there. Another medieval knights. Medieval knights. Man, it's nothing African about this, though. Cultures varying, cultures different. Medieval knights. See the difference? European medieval knight. Body armor. Nothing African about that, man. Body armor. Man, you're rocking on yours truly the sauce. Showtime Sizzle. Hopefully y'all are catching this sauce, man. Hopefully y'all are catching this sauce, man. Hopefully y'all are catching this sauce, man. But yes, that is a look at costumes, right? That's a look at costumes, right? We're rocking out with the sauce. Showtime Sizzle. I told you I'm switching the podcast format out a little bit, man. We're just not going to talk boxing. We're going to talk current events. I'm going to come back on a little later on. I have to drop off one of my vehicles to Chevy to be serviced. So after I do that, I will probably jump back on with that whole NBA frauding, the health benefits and all that. But I just wanted to come on and touch on costumes real quick. Halloween costumes. The difference between an African warrior king and a European knight, medieval knight, aka Phantom of the Opera. Hopefully you guys are catching this sauce. Hopefully you guys are catching this sauce, man. Like I said, shout out to the Russell brothers. That is what really, when I seen how they was representing the culture, as far as with the African, this the warrior garments and coming out to the ring in that type of attire, it you see what I just talked about on my podcast. That's a lot of things people really don't understand and know about me, but I am deeply rooted in history. I love to do research. So when I seen them come out there, my vibes was like really on them. Like, yo, these dudes are real spiritual in that aspect when they know their culture. Because they was coming out there in the warrior garments. If you check my interview, I got many interviews with them, but I did an interview with Antonio, and I brought that up to him because that is one of the many things that I respect about them, man. They definitely come out there in that African warrior attire. Definitely come out there in that, man. And it's dope, man. It's dope just to see that, man. Just to see your peoples represent. But yes, let's get back over here. Then I'll go back to the African. Look at the difference. You see? Here is a great picture of a knight, a king knight. Look how he looks. You see him right here? Somewhat of his crown, his mask, his shield, his armor, his sword. That's dope, man. That it is to each his own, man. That's dope. That's dope. That's European culture, though. The medieval knights. Here it is. Once again, look, this is who's this? King Arthur. He is knighting one of his knights. But look at his uniform. That is European. He has on his armor, his suit, whatever you want to call it. Right, let's go back now and look at the African warriors again. One more time, the African warrior kings. Because it's Halloween. I'm trying to give my sisters, my brothers, and them something to wear for the season. You heard? Yeah, check the vibes, man. You're rocking out with yours truly, the sauce. Okay, look at this. Oh man, this is beautiful, man. African kings. I like this one right here. 10 of Africa's most powerful kings. Look. So that's the king. Look, look, yeah, look, he got a robe, the big sword. Man, beautiful, man. Beautiful image right there. Beautiful image. So are you catching the difference between the European medieval knight and the African warrior king? Look at Shaka. This is Shaka Zulu. No body armor, ripped. See his royalty on top of his head to show you that he is the chief warrior. Yes, warrior king, Shaka. My family told me that we are descendants of Shaka, King Shaka. Yes, King Shaka. Another one. This is a power. This was a powerful king, warrior king from Africa. You see the difference? Y'all seeing the actual difference? Please tell me you are. Please tell me you are. You're seeing the actual difference. Let's close out of this one. Are you seeing the actual difference? Hopefully y'all catching this sauce this morning, man. You catch this sauce, man, because there's too much manipulation and deception going on. You know? Very deception. So Halloween is fastly coming upon us. These are some great costume ideas for the children, especially if you want to tap into your ancestors and look like who you are. Look, this is Shaka Zulu all over again. You see the difference? There's no body armor on this man. You see how the Europeans, I just showed you the European knights. They were draped in armor and mask. Like like shields, because they was fighting with swords. We was fighting with swords and all that too, but we just moved a different way. You feel me? But yes, look, this is Shaka again. Zulu warrior. See that? I know it was Shaka. It's Zulu warrior attire. See that? This is Shaka. You can clearly look at it. That's how the Zulu warriors carried it. Do your research. But yes, this is a Zulu warrior king. The beads. See the garments. Shout out to Gary Russell and the Russell brothers, man. I seen y'all rock stuff similar to this, man. Appreciate you guys. Real warrior kings. Real warrior kings, man. But yes, Halloween is fastly coming on us, man. So I just wanted to come on here and just, go through a couple of garments, different styles, from European medieval knight attire to actual true African warrior king attire. Hopefully y'all caught that sauce and y'all pay attention. I'm gonna say this, man, before I close out, man. Always remember, man, to watch, observe, and listen. Watch, observe, and listen. A lot of times, it's easy to manipulate the deaf, dumb, and blind. And people prey on that. And they use that to their advantage. But every so often, you have a person who is woke, who's conscious, whose spiritual being is on a whole nother anointed level. And they do exactly what I just said. They watch, they listen, they observe. And when they see certain stuff that is not solid, does not add up, and they question it, Just like I'm gonna use this for example. Bob Arum told Boy to shut the fuck up because he questioned something that wasn't right. Yeah, I posted. I had a good laugh with it because Bob is a gangster, a Jewish gangster. Shout out to Bob. But the man questioned something that wasn't right. He said, "Yo, if you would have paid Tiafimo what he wanted, would have went to purse bid." Bob told him, "Shut the fuck up." You know why? Say the fuck out of my business. That's what Bob was basically telling him. But he took the Jewish gangster lawyer way and told him, "Shut the fuck up." But they was where I'm from and how we fly. He would have told him, "Yo, shut the fuck up, stay the fuck out of my business." That's basically what he was telling him. Yo, stay the fuck out of my business. You know what I'm saying? But y'all don't hear me though, man. This is Sauce, man. You rocking out y'all Showtime Sizzle, man. Showtime Sizzle, man. I really do this, money. Yes, you're rocking out yours truly, the Sauce. Top of the sauce Saturday morning. But yeah, whenever you question something and you are right, you are always going to rattle cages. And I posted that and I had a good laugh on that. But he did good journalist work. You know? He called him a prick. Because see, Bob knows he's weak. You feel me? That's all that was about. He knows he's weak. And Bob was on it like, yo, you have the audacity. Oh man, my friends got me mispronouncing the word, but you have the audacity to call me out on my business. This is my business. That's all that was about, man. He was just checking them. But sometimes you have to check these people, man, when they are leading the troops amok. When they are saying one thing, but representing and showing another. I say that to say this, man. Halloween is coming. Please, my sisters, my brothers, man. I showed you Warrior King attire. It's time that we get back to our roots, to our ancestors. It's time that we let our children know, let our people know, that ones that are awoken, that aren't deaf, dumb, and blind, what actual African royalty looks like, what African warriors dress and look like. That's why I showed you there are two sides. You see, two. I showed you a medieval European knight look. And then I cleaned it up and showed you a African warrior king look. Know the difference. Pay attention. Observe. I am out. I will be back later with some more sauce. I told you, the fights up tonight. I may do a little fight coverage, maybe not. We are on bigger and better plateaus now. Fighting is all good. I have a strong fight team. Shout out to Saucetalk, October 30th. We are in the building. MSG. Hula Theater. Shout out to Killer K, Nas, $1 Million Marley, Coach Music, Coach Joe Harris, the whole team, the Spence Boys. Suffolk on the rise. You don't want no problem with us, guys. Yes, man. But like I said, I will be still covering boxing, but the sauce has expanded, man. It has expanded, man. The sauce is too spicy just for boxing. I gave boxing 10 years. I still continue to do boxing. Like I said, I've been raised and brought up around $1 Million fighters for the past 10 years. I have been humble behind the scenes working with $1 Million fighters. But now it's like I have the green light, and shout out to Uncle, man. Uncle and them, they know. They see the vision. Like, I'm one of the nicest really doing this media thing, man. Just not boxing media. I've been one of the nicest doing the boxing thing. But now it's time to really conquer the whole media outlet. Coach Reen on the scene, top of the morning. My baby, Coach Reed, how are you feeling today?
Not much better, but I'm still feeling much good.
That's right. All right, man. Love you. That is Coach Reed, my baby, my pride and joy.
It's fun. My mom's about to do fun and it's have a purple cake on it.
Yes, great, great. I'm on the podcast. You are. Thank you. There you go. Yes. But we are going to close out on that note. Everybody be great, man. Like I said, man, we're gonna come back on with the NBA fraud a little later, man. I told you the podcast is doing other things now, man. Boxing is boring, but it's cool, you know? There's only so much you can talk about boxing before you start making shit up. You feel me? Hopefully y'all caught that sauce, man. You know, it's only so much you can talk about in boxing before you start making shit up. But actual current events and actual news, you could always talk about because there's always something going on. See, with boxing, I'm gonna say this, they're gonna get mad at me for saying this. But boxing, there's not a lot going on because the fights that the people want aren't being made. So what do you have to do? You have to hype up fights that are being made that shouldn't be made. Hopefully y'all caught that sword. And shout out to Terrence Crawford yesterday, man. Since I'm on a little bit of boxing conversation. He put one of these fuzzy Dunlap reporters in their place, man. You see these dudes be getting paid from one side, so they try to shit on the other side. And Terrence Crawford, man, listen, the guy has grown on me, man. I've always been a fan. But then once I said what I said earlier, I sat back, I observed, I watched, and I listened. I said, you know what? This dude is really an honorable stand-up guy. He says Fuzzy Dunlap, right? Like they often do, they try to downplay a victory that he had, right? He told the Fuzzy Dunlap, how is it my Cal Brook victory not somewhat of a major victory, being that Cal Brook beat Sean Porter. The Fuzzy Dunlap try to say marketing has nothing to do with fighting. Champion is no, bro. You are exposed. You biased reporter. You are exposed. You try to somewhat shit on the man. That's what y'all do. Y'all throw subliminal shade. But shout out to T Bud. T Bud has Jones blood in him. His grandmother is a Jones. His third eye was wide awoke. He shuts you down. Like I said, I am a Jones, man. So shout out to T Bud for always having his third eye open. And that was an excellent interview, fella. I'm going to say you showed the people a side that you are willing to talk to reporters. You are willing to open up. You see how they try to always paint that narrative on him? You know why? Because T Bud is a stand-up, honorable, righteous brother that did it his way. So you guys be trying to lean on dudes and have dudes come over and do stuff for y'all. When it doesn't work and they stand on a square 10 toes down, you guys can't accept it. So then you try your smear campaigns. But a diamond will always shine. So salute Bud Crawford for having your third eye open. Go open the door for Daffy. She's barking, Coach Wayne. Bless you. That is my hound. I had to let her out this morning. But yes, we're going to close on that, man. Definitely tap in this after. After I drop my car off to go get service at Chevy. And I'm coming back on with some more heat. You know the vibes. You know how we do.
It only takes for you to win once. You could lose 10 years in a row and you hit that right jug. Bam! That shit changed the goddamn game. And guess what? They gonna bow down. So I don't care how rough it's been on you. All you gotta do is hit once. Pull off that one thing in the back of your mind. You pull that off and guess what? They gonna...
Let me tell you something. There's so many people biting your swag. There's so many people trying to eat off the drip. The shit you created, man. You put your name on that. You did that. You came up with that. But they biting that. And they jealous of you. And see what happens is when they try to bite it and do what you doing, it don't work for them. They turn into your biggest critic. They eventually try to bite your move and steal your swag. Let them eat off your drip. Cause I'm gonna tell you something. Don't be in competition with them. Don't you worry about them. What you need to do is get back into creative mode. Cause remember, they biting your swag. They can't come up with nothing until you make your next move. They watching you. You the leader. You the profound source. You the one, baby. You the alpha. You the beginning of this shit, and you gonna end this shit. They can't do it because you was called to do it. You see Wendy's, you see Chuck.
Oh my gosh, he's sweating. Down, Narina. Down, Narina. I'm taking a video. You want to be famous?